Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up? What's up? What's up? Quick little spike off the morning. Grab $1,300 on my ETF account. We'll go over a bunch of different stuff right now. Just getting kind of sorted. Title of the stream, obviously, violent rallies happen when? Well, they happen when you have bearish spikes down and you've got a huge area to fill. We're still looking for those Asia highs. It's just doing a little bit of fun stuff here. Getting this post in the ETF as well. We got some plugins going thanks to BizRam and Pix. Morning, Ulysses. Underwood, Matthias, Dilip. Yeah, we'll get all the stragglers in here. Hey, Kenny. The stuff I want to go over this morning. We talked about this yesterday, and this is kind of the juxtaposition that happens a lot. A lot, because we say what? We say that the market is trading up and down to things. Obviously, it's not just going up somewhere random. It's not just trading down somewhere random. So we talked yesterday about what? We talked about this. Lots of violent CSD to the downside on the 4-hour time frame. That deserves a bit of respect, doesn't it? So what ended up happening? We traded back up, eventually leading to a flip. Now that was violent at 11 a.m. This movement up then failed. And this was a CSD on the 15-minute time frame that then couldn't break the high. So you notice we tried flipping back, couldn't do that. Right? Down, eventually running out of steam as everybody is stepping up. I love that we left all this liquidity. I love it a lot. And we very well could be looking at this today. Excuse me. But my point is that when you have this 4-hour time frame that does this, I know some of you guys were looking for the moon, and I think that this was a valid target yesterday. However, this is a retracement long. Right? I like that this traded into daily discount. I liked how all the objectives that we took, and I certainly liked the flip that went on. So in my opinion, the best trade yesterday was long, and then overnight, literally right at, well, pretty much right at 18 under open, boom, goodbye, right? Leading to this. But what else did we talk about yesterday? We talked about this movement down. Second distribution should trade where? Well, if you've got this area of interest, it stands to reason you've got a higher time frame area here now. So you got a 4-hour CSD that should trade down into your higher time frame zone. Right? This actually was a 4-hour CSD in here, but it failed this high. Very, very different. So that did trade into the area of interest, and then we determined what's going on. We obviously flipped back, which led to higher prices. Right? So people shorting in here, yeah, they ended up making money. They got clapped in here, as it happens. And now we're trading back up to this valid zone on the bearish side, with a nice little sweep and fail here. The point that I want to make with this 4-hour was actually that if we're looking at objectives and we finalize this one, and we mentioned this on the daily yesterday, we've taken this yesterday, so if this is going to trade bearish, where should it trade to? It's going to trade to somewhere. Not going to be random. They're not sitting here with orders at 471. Maybe they are. Who knows? right? That ends up being a perfect double bottom on this daily time frame. They will come for that. Absolutely. However, in the interim, they're going to trap everybody first. Why? Because ES ran it. One of them is going to take it. One of them is going to take it. NQ did a perfect double bottom. And this is the exact reason that I'm following ES a lot more than I have historically, as my trading levels up and everything else. So how to get involved? Well, crux of our system. Double bottoms, flip. Retracement, sure, maybe. Assuming it doesn't break to the upside. But until it does, guess what? Until it does, guess what? Right? This very well could have been a valid pullback had this broken here. Had that movement gone. It did not. Instead, market told us this wasn't ready yet. They ran everybody out, and then goodbye. Goodbye. Violent rally. Why? Because there's nothing structural here. Nothing structural here. We've still got Asia highs. And you could argue up here as well, which I think we'll likely trade into, depending on what the movement away looks like. ES looking violent. NQ not so much. NQ not so much. Trading into the midpoint of this, and you've got your 5-minute fair value gap, which will be very interesting to see if it inverses or not. My trade this morning, at least so far, was this consolidation. That's not really how I expect this to form. The 5-minute was bullish. The 15-minute looked bullish. I would expect a little bit more accumulation manipulation. Something similar to this, actually, which just failed to CSD here. So we're still bullish, despite what it would have us believe. Now, I'd like to see it close above this. Anybody that's long. Because we've got a pretty big objective here in the 90s. And I'm not involved. I was blabbering on this entire time, but there it goes. Who could have predicted this? We'll do some giveaways today as well, but we'll make a little bit of points. I'm obviously logging off on the ETF accounts. Oh, it's nice. It's nice just making your bag in the first 15 minutes with proper stuff, isn't it? All right. All that stuff done. Yeah, huge SMT. Look at this. That just failed up in here. Right? Now, this is Very interesting. Very interesting. And I think you've got a pretty decent inversion there that just ran everybody out. Your 5-minute looks sus at best, but we've got to figure out what's going to happen at this 728 level. Right? Your 15 does not look strong. Does not look strong at all. Your hourly is now swept and failed this one, at least so far. I retract. Let me retract that. We haven't failed yet. We haven't failed yet. The issue is that we're in second distribution short. We've now traded back into our objective, which, by the way, is well over premium of this current move, right? So we'll get rid of some of these. Get rid of some of those. And here we go. What happens at 728? Do we get it? Or do we take the 930 low on ES and sweep and fail? We're going to find out pretty quick. Pretty quick, lads. We'll do some giveaways. There goes your 928. ES still hasn't taken the 930 low, which is a little concerning. It's a little caution. We'll do some ETF giveaways with some marbles and some fun after we've made a bunch of money in this market. Just registered for tomorrow. Awesome. I'll post that link in here too before marbles. We'll do another ping of those that are in the ETF server as well. Wild to me how this didn't take that. Right? Understandably, this is a 5-minute fair value gap and a key area of interest for NQ. Trading back down into this zone from ES as well. Thank you. Yes, I knew there was something I was missing. News at 10 o'clock. Red folder. Was it consumer? Caution, caution, caution. I'm inclined just to let the ETF trade, you know, $1,300. Probably just gonna let that leave. Probably just gonna leave that for the weekend. Come back and hit it on Monday. We'll see. I think there will be a pretty decent trade. I think our VIX is finally over 20, so people can start making money again. Everybody wondering and whining about the volatility. Where'd the volatility go? VIX is at 16. I'm not profitable anymore. 15's looking dirty. We know we're in there, obviously. There she finally goes. The morning lows on ES. This will be interesting. Interesting because we've taken Asia highs. We've taken Asia highs now. We still have this higher if it wants to push. But we're going to really determine just how strong this rally is in the next 5 minutes. Excuse me. Woo. What do you guys think? Should we do the giveaway at 8 o'clock my time? So what is that, 11 a.m. Eastern? Right before lunch? For everybody that's already made their money in the morning. Probably made their money short through Red Folder News. We can go on about our weekend. What do you think? Yes, yes. Bunch of yeses. All right. I have to go. Okay. In honor of picks. In honor of picks, we'll do it at... Woo! There's the spike. Ran out all early shorts, maybe. Maybe it's going to fly. We'll see. Bull trap, get him to look at all this. Lethargic pullback in fairness. Lethargic pullback in fairness. The only reason I'm looking at it being a bull trap is because we are extremely, well, we were extremely bearish. I like this rally a lot. This is not a valid, well, this isn't even a fair value. Well, it's more of a liquidity void I would expect. But this closing underneath here, not exactly high probability. You want something like this where you've actually got a gap there. Obviously that one didn't work out because we were trading into the 4 hour, but it's neither here nor there. What's gonna happen? Excuse me. They've really got to get a closure above this 50.25 if they want to get any sort of semblance of a rally. Otherwise, it's going to get ugly very, very quick. There's your 15. At least 7-11. At least. I like that we held this. But that's not exactly the conducive PA that I want to see from a fair value gap hold. So we'll see. I don't even think that was a valid one on ES either because this didn't take liquidity. You had a little bit of internal movement, but not great. Not great. It'd be nasty if they ran this one off and then the big move happens. Really nasty. That's a key area of interest. See if, I mean, we've already failed there once. We might tap into it twice and then still fail this high here at 43. I think that would be extremely bearish if it did. Ooh. Yes, it closed above this. Wasn't really the main concern. I would have thought that would have been extremely bearish if it had. It's still bearish now. We tapped into that CSD spot twice. Looking for 711. And onward. Let's go. I'll be break even above this high at 46. It'd be gross if it took me out. But if it's not ready yet, that's fine. I'm not positioned inside of here and allowing it to deal with whatever it wants to do over here. I'm positioned for the failure and low-hanging fruit another 20 points later. Excuse me. This little cough will not go away. And I think structuring the trade, it probably would make more sense for me to structure this trade like involved 48.25, sorry, 48.25, right? So like say if I've structured my trade like this and I'm looking like that, okay, like 1.7, cool. Theoretical risk is this, but you know, actual risk, I don't want it trading, you know, basically above this now or a closure above that. I expect this to be extremely violent failure, and now we're dealing with this, so it might take me out break even. We'll see. We got a closure underneath this candle, so I'm fine if it does run up there. Don't do me dirty. Don't do me dirty. Excuse me. TGIF, Kai. I feel like you're going to get a marble races win today, man. Win an ETF account? Let's go. Look at this. It's going to do it. It's going to do it too. It just had to the old triple tap. Look at that. 15-minute imbalance. Trap traders. 21,701. Impossible launch. 21,701. Yeah, could be. Could be. In the chat, how many people we got? Is this an imbalance? That we should take? Oh, thanks, bro. Good. It is not. Good, good, good. So just because something's a gap does not mean it's a high probability spot to look for an imbalance trade. Good, good, good. Was this blue line? If you trade imbalances, even if you don't. This is fair. And you see that we actually got a reaction from it, and it traded up about 30, 40 points. Right? This closed above that candle, making that valid. This swept this candle and failed. You actually have CRT here that we should be looking at this low from a 15-minute time frame perspective, which I am. Unfortunately, I did not expect a third tap of the area of interest. And in reality, this is kind of where my particular way of trading falls short at times. Because I want to be in and gone, and I don't want to be holding this as my probability drastically decreases. And occasionally, those break-evens don't save me, they actually throw away profits. Which sucks. And quite often that happens in higher time frame movements. Right? So that would have been 35 points. Again, you could not pay me to go long right now, and I don't care if this goes to 800 plus. The target is 711, and then likely the AM lows on NQ, which will be a 100-point banger for those of you guys that are still involved. All right, on to the next. Anybody grab that and just traded it better than I did, or have a different risk tolerance? Does everybody at least understand what we're looking for? That's your bag. That's your bag. Excuse me. Come on, chat. There's got to be somebody. I'm seeing people on Twitter right now looking for dip buys. Well, I hope that works out. But you are in second distribution short on a 15-minute sweep and fail after accumulation, manipulation, and then snap. So even if there's a long that comes out of this, caught that short, short two from Tommy Boy, short two from 47. Beautiful. You actually had a better entry than me, bro. Good to see you. 6 micro, one off, 680 the next. Beautiful. I think we want. I'm liking how EX is working. Right? No concerns, obviously. And you're in higher time frame bearish PA. We should take this at 662, and then in reality, we could be looking quite a bit lower. But that 15-minute low would be a very, very juicy target. And I suppose true, we've already swept that protected low. I'm going to mark it out anyway. Hopefully it makes this very, very painless for you guys too. So little sweep and fail here, but you notice that it failed to achieve anything on that move. And in fact, this is ideally what you want. Why? Because it actually achieved your objective of taking out Asia. You see ES did not. Okay. You see that we've got SMT here. That's also beautiful. Happy days. Happy days both. Happy days both. That long qualified me for another payout as well. It's always nice on a Friday, isn't it? It's always nice on a Friday. Mr. Liquidity himself. Now, is that a positive thing? Like, or are you actually like are you the guy that's short and we're taking your buy stops? I hope not. I hope not. So again, to kind of recap for those of you guys that came in a little bit late, you had a 4-hour CSD failure yesterday, leading to an extremely violent move. ES ran those lows, which leads to a huge rally. And now we're determining just how strong that rally is. Now we're determining just how strong that rally is. Right? So I expect this to invert. Your 15-minute inversion. Your 5 is almost done, your first one. So I'd be very, very cautious on longs should that come to pass. But we got to figure out what's going on here. There's your weekly. Woo! $7.99. I think we just traded up to that, didn't we? No, not even close. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? What do you guys think? Should I go for like no haircuts till the $1 million payout? What should go on here? Like you're finally in, well, that bounced off of it, but it failed to CSD, right? We're still inside a discount of this, but not looking for longs. Could not pay me. Could not pay me. Well, it's not my home team. Oh crap! I owe you stuff too. Here, let me do that. Let me do that. Let me do that. Let me do that. Check your Discord messages, Lane, if you don't mind. You guys had a bit of a barn burner last night, didn't you? By the way. I think it's high probability trades stacked on high probability trades, by the way, lads. Right? And depending on what your risk tolerance is, again, like that doesn't really make sense. Or whatever your stop will be, say above the 10 a.m. highs. Even if it was like, okay, you know what? I'm getting involved here. Well, now I need 2 to 1. Does that make sense? Yes. Well, that's a little bit close, but okay, so say we go here. Cool. That obviously makes sense. Right? But if you're doing that, then you're not holding for like this low. That doesn't make sense to me. You might de-risk there, but size down to micros. If you've got a 25-point stop, there's no way you should be trading minis. There's no way you should be trading minis unless you're consistently profitable and you're fine that, you know what, I've got a bit of a buffer or whatever the case may be, right? So de-risk there and then let it run. You're still in this for the remainder of your position. Let your position evolve and hold the target for once, for God's sake. Man. Whoop. Anyone still holding this, you legends? Bunch of lurkers today just sitting in this. Whoop. There she goes. Congrats to those. Was it an A+ setup? No. No, absolutely not. But I was here and this opened, it didn't take the high, so the 5-minute was forming on a spike with a valid area of interest. So either ES is going to take it or NQ is going to take it. One of the two. So definitely a little bit more of a price action trade with a violent rally, but this is reaching up to somewhere on a higher time frame, so it made sense if it was going to take not only the hourly high, but Asia highs as well. Right? So now I've got a direction. I've got 793. That makes sense. Right? I ended up taking it off here, and I'll go into that in a sec, but we need to know the direction that we're taking first. We need direction first. So what do we got? We got violent movement sideways. So this is patience time. This is people getting run in. Institutions are selling, expecting further downside. Why? Because we're bearish on our higher time frame until proven otherwise. So we accumulate in here, 5 minutes pointing up. This starts moving down, and then this goes red to green. Boom. Happy days. And I actually took it off of that high. You could argue as well, I traded it with a bit of size. So I was quick to take profits as well, especially being bearish, higher time frame. Like I mentioned, I'm not particularly keen on holding for the moon on that. So looked at this high. It just so happened that this violently sold off, and then the failure in here would have been your exit signal for sure, right? There's no way I would have allowed this to do this in higher time frame bearish movement where I'm expecting this kind of downside, right? That to me is very, very risk on, and whether it works out or not something I'm really, really interested in doing. But the theory was that the 5 minute needed to run. If we were going to get a valid trade setup, I needed to be able to justify my risk. Obviously, this didn't do anything there. I needed that low swept, which I finally got, and then no entry, obviously, on that candle. So as soon as that did that, bang, and then just took it to that. And that formed a 5 minute fair value gap, which then ran the highs. Now we can look for inversion. There we go. Excuse me. I think that probably would have been, if I wasn't yapping, I think that would have been a valid short idea now that we've actually achieved our objective and we see just how much sell pressure there was at that 769 level. That would have absolutely been sized down because 25-point stop, right? But 100 and some odd point target. ETF is Elite Trader Funding, yes. Yeah, I have a live account with them that I trade. Phenomenal group. They actually are a phenomenal group. I don't just say that because they give us a few accounts to give away each week. They're a really good group. I really like their team, and I think they've got some pretty cool stuff that's coming down the pipe too, which I like. So yeah, so what we'll do is we got 35 minutes, lads. 35 for the Irish in the group. 35 minutes, and we'll run it up. Hey Frank. So I think that would have been valid, and then essentially, depending on how aggressive you are or what you follow, you've got no concerns, lads. We just bounced off that 50-minute protected low again, but we can't CSD. Until that CSD happens, I need to see some sort of accumulation manipulation if it's going to at all, right? So if this is going to accumulate, then you would want to see this. And then you've got this area to risk off of. We're not trying to get involved here. We're not trying to get involved here. You could argue if you're very, very aggressive, you can get involved here. And then you're looking at this for a huge move back to the upside. And then you're looking, whereabouts should that trade to? Well, you've got this up here. Actually, you don't. My mistake. Because this already traded up into the midpoint of this move. Right? So we're actually mitigating ourselves, which should lead to a violent movement if it does. Anyway. I just bought 2 accounts. Nice! Did you use our code? I want people to use our code more so we can give away more accounts. As you guys can see, those of you guys that are new to the stream, we make our bag from trading. We don't rely on affiliates. Not that I look down on anybody that does. Business is business, right? I just want to make it very, very clear. Direction. You got your 15-minute low. You got 3 minutes. I'm actually going to mark that one off. I do think we trade a little bit lower than that. But we'll see. We'll see. Damn, it feels good to be a gangsta. Look at this go. Anybody still riding a short? I feel like this week has been pretty clear delivery. Pretty clear delivery. At least level to level and directionally. The big word of the week for me was patience. There's been a number of reasons I've been trying to do way too much. And when you try and do way too much, you guys probably know this too. When you try and do way too much, you end up having mixed results. Right? It doesn't mean you're unprofitable. It means that if you try and do too much, some of your days might be $2,000 days, $3,000 days per account, whatever. And then you have other days where, you know, you're up 1,000, You're back to break even. You're trying to do this, that, or the other, and it's just not. It's not good. It's not good for your mental health. It's not good for your strategy. It's not good for anything. Even in all the material that we cover and that we do, you guys likely will see something very, very specific that stands out at you. Maybe you're very, very good at reading the CSDs. Maybe that's your jam. Stick with that. You don't need to be trading the 3, the 10, the 7. Right? That might work well for other people. Trade what you see. What works for you guys. It's going into your bank account. Your money's going into your bank account. Right? Look at this. Now this is a little lethargic. And yet, you have nothing happening on the 15-minute time frame. In fact, it just closed here and snapped that protected low. Well, yeah. Is that a protected low? That's a little sus. That's a little sus. That high was 64. That closed at 64. You could actually make an argument that it's this one. You can make an argument that it's that one. Either way, shape, or form. You've got a violent movement here, and I want to see, like now that we've done this, I actually want to see a closure underneath that. And the reason that I'm looking for that, so I kind of misspoke earlier, that was a valid target as well. The reason that I'm looking at this low is because for me, this is not a CSD yet. That's not a CSD yet. We can anticipate one, sure. Right? This looks gross, sure. Right? Violent movement, and we're just pushing down in bearish structure. Right? So actually, while we're on this topic, this is a very, very good point with that. And this is the danger of not having this as part of your analysis. So here's your hourly. This took liquidity. Right? We were bearish. We flipped back bullish as a closure above this. Right? This takes liquidity. If this closes underneath like this liquidity level, which is this one here, you would anticipate this to be bearish. And maybe it's pulling back to here, maybe it's pulling back to the midpoint of this, who knows? Right? Instead, using this, very, very different, that we've now have a lack of displacement underneath. Lack of displacement while we're underneath. And then what happens is trades up. Right? Trades up. Boom. So on and so forth. What you want is that 4 hour to be like, okay, we've accumulated, we manipulate, bang, trades back into equilibrium, and then gone. And this is the move. This is the payout move. As you guys saw, likely, I think it was Tuesday, we had that big AM range before higher time frame movement went haywire. This is what you want to be in. And you're looking for this movement, similar to what's going on here, by the way. You're looking for this movement up to determine whereabouts are we going. Is there a retracement, or is this going to make a new high? Right? So what ends up happening is, if you get a flip in here, some sort of AMD, then you want that fractal nature of price to be your 15-minute time frame. Goodbye. And then guess what? In here, you'll have the exact same thing on the lower time frame. Goodbye. Although, quite often, you don't get that beautiful flip on the one. Sometimes you'll get like this, and you got to figure out whether you can get in something here. right? Yeah, Slick. So, and you can kind of just rewatch the live around here. This actually took me out break even, and this, so I made $1,400 on my ETF live account here. Probably should have traded that, but I've got my educator's hat on today apparently. So that was a valid short. This is a valid short. A bunch of people in the stream took that one. For me, this failed CSD here. That's that sort of fractal nature of price where we snapped, right? So we took liquidity, snapped. This actually failed here, right? So that's your CSD spot, right? That failed, okay? And then we snapped. So that's still even aggressive, but this is obviously bearish now. At minimum, we're in a range, and then we failed here twice. We spiked up on the 10 a.m. We then failed here. Beautiful. So got involved. That actually didn't break a new low, so I probably shouldn't have been break even yet. I should have had my stop 10 points higher, whatever, and that would have been the target. Bunch of you guys saw that, of course, but now running lower. Is that a valid gap? No, that's just nonsense. Nonsense. Hi, Bo. I have to work in 45 minutes. Can I please be entered? Sure, man. Yeah, you can be entered. I don't know what's going to happen if you win, but we'll enter you in there. You can be here in spirit. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, you're good, man. You're good, man. You've been around us for a while. I appreciate you guys that have watched and learned or been part of our community for almost a year now. It's wild. CSD. So CSD, change in state of delivery. Essentially what you've got is you've got the open of areas. So you've got this liquidity above this high. We have to determine whereabouts that leg came from. Right? So this bullish move took the liquidity here. We have no bear bar in here. It's the bullish move that takes liquidity. Had there been a bear bar in between these two here, then we would say that the bullish leg would have been a lot higher than what it was. Similar to, yeah, let's look at this, right? So you got a bearish leg here. Obviously it took the low here, but you've got a bullish candle in the middle of it. So the CSD is in that spot. That's useless, right? You're looking at that level there, and you see it respected. Seeing it respected. So it's a very, very good. It's very aggressive. It's very aggressive, and there's some multi-time frame analysis aspects of it. Probably take this high at 709. And you might even get this run here at 726. This is kind of what we were talking about for long, where we swept this. We closed here. You got 7 minutes left on this 15-minute. 7 minutes left. Did it take that 709? Not yet. But you see it stepped right into the midpoint. Bang. This will be important. This will be important. $22. I get more fired up about the marble races than anything else. Sorry, I had to shut my camera off because I had to sneeze. I'm very likely done trading for the week, but we can... we'll call it a few more bangers today. We'll see. So the fun question is, how do you get involved in this? Because you're like, well, we're bearish, but what did we talk about? We talked about the 15-minute, right? That 15-minute failure now setting us back up. We're going to determine what goes on with this 15-minute high here. Obviously, this is very concerning. And the reason it's concerning isn't because we're not delivering on a higher time frame bearish anymore. The reason it's concerning is because we've got multiple attempts to reverse this trend. So what'll likely end up happening, assuming this 50-minute closes, is you've got an hourly high here. So I'd be shocked if the 10 a.m. high was taken before 11 a.m. Now, I'm not betting against this. Not betting against this. You might get something like this where it trades back down to that. And then maybe you get a flip out of that that then runs the 11 a.m. high. And then if we're going to crater, we crater over lunch hour or whatever it's going to be. Or vice versa, we rally. Who knows? Who knows? Grab a good long out of this. Matt, you're trading on fire lately, bro. And I'm here for all of it. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Right? So, how to get involved? Well, I've been looking at the 3, but that sweeping, and you're looking to determine failure. Right? So nothing really there. If you're watching ES, you can make a little bit of a justification. Making a little bit of a justification. You got an inversion for an extremely aggressive movement. What I typically like to do is, my big thing is that I believe the personalities of the chart are a very real and very big thing. That's where I differ from a lot of people, as you guys know. So what ends up happening for me is, it's like you've got a buddy and you hang out every Friday playing Halo or something, and then one Friday he's like, nah man, I gotta figure my life out. And you're like, okay. Well, probably something going on. Probably a major change, right? Hopefully. I look at the charts the same kind of way, right? Bearish PA here. Bull, spike. Bullish bar, spike. Weak, okay, range bound, cool. What happened on that candle? The market tried to rally. It tried putting in one of these candles and it did that. Goodbye, right? Major warning signs, and usually they're followed by violent price movements, right? Range bound PA, dumped. We're still seeing bullish candles with strong bearish follow through. So every rally from literally right here, every rally was sold into hard. You see here, 2 consecutive bull bars, sure. One didn't even close above the other. Don't do that, right? This 10 a.m. spike, even the 10 a.m. spike, which went up 40 points. Nothing. Not only do you have 3 here, but now they're starting to accelerate. And what ends up happening is you have a bearish response, which went nowhere. Nowhere. We call that a stall candle, right? You're demanding a bearish response because if you're not involved in here very, very aggressively, you've now got a price action reason to get involved, right? So you got an inside candle here. You could actually buy the close of that with a decent stop, right? I don't suggest, like, if you're going long here, you know, having like a 5-point stop, or maybe even a 10-point stop. 10-point stop on this would have been fine. Obviously, you would have actually expected this low to go. So I would have done, I don't know, maybe 15. And what you're saying is that this should trade at least up to 678. Why? Because that's your CSD spot here. And if we expand, well, now we're really looking higher. Now we've got our 15-minute high here. And all of a sudden you're at a 2.5, right? 3 to 1 trade. So even if you're right 30% of the time with those, even when you're learning, it's that kind of shit that got me payouts in the first place. Understanding what I expect the market to do, and it does something completely different. Well, guess what? You don't get the same thing happening with new information. That's nonsense. That's everything, actually. You guys think that trading the exact same way is going to get you consistent payouts? No. Consistent payouts come with different action. New action, new results. Simple. No AMD here. This is a little bit violent. Our 50-minute has closed above this. We've traded into our major SNDR, so we're getting a reaction from that. Obviously, if we put in a valid high, that should trade back down here. And now we're going to determine whereabouts we bounce from. That could be the 15-minute, this breaker here. I think that's fair. If this holds and we get some accumulation and we run it, you might get something like this, which then runs that 10 a.m. high. Is Socio okay? I think so. I think he's leveling up. I hope he's leveling up. Whether he's doing that alone or in a small tight-knit group, either way, I think he's doing some big leveling up, which is what I want for everybody. Really, I want everybody to succeed. No, he's still in here. He's still in here. It's not easy, lads. It's not easy working on your own stuff and trying to stream and trying to take trades live and trying to call price live, and it's not easy. When you actually care, let me preface that, when you actually care about people. Right? I know there's other multiple people stream and they do it either for an audience, or people do it for multitudes of reasons. But when you're actually interested, as we are in developing people into consistent traders, it's a little bit different than just watch me trade and whatever. Very, very different. Or they're just giving him a hard time. They probably gave him a bit of a heart attack last night. You get a decent amount of inducement here as well. Now stabbing into this area of interest. We'll see if that's enough. You got your SNDR here that was responsible for it as well. So it could, I think we go a little bit lower if we're going to go up. I think that you might get this, and that would achieve this objective on ES as well. So kind of looking at the synergistic of it. This SNDR was responsible for breaking CSD and this flip. Now the problem with the long side, not to talk you guys out of a long, because because I think this 10 a.m. high is a beautiful spot. But I just be a little cautious because we are in bearish movement, right? And I'm preface this, I'm not taking any trades, right? But if I was looking for a long, I'd be seeing what kind of reaction happens in here, right? Because you've got this area and you got your breaker here that snapped. The problem with trading flips when they've done this is that for a flip to happen, you want, say you've got your, and we've gone over this, but I think it bears repeating. You've got this movement, and then essentially you've done something similar like this, right? So we've got objectives higher. So your argument for the bullish side is that despite inversions, that isn't one because of what we discussed earlier, right? Whatever. Personally, I think this is still bullish, but the 4 hour is definitely bearish, right? So you got a bit of issues on either side. You can make justifications for either way of delivery. My point is that if we're going to trade up, ideally you've got areas of objectives that you want to trade up to, obviously, right? And that shouldn't just be the high. People will go long here when they're starting out and they'll be like, well, we should just run this high. And that's true, it might. It might. But I think a better way of trading, a more consistent way of trading, is to know exactly what you're looking for when you're expecting that target to be the high or not. Right? For example, those shorts, you've got your 15-minute 930 low. Why? Because our 15-minute swept here, so CRT dictates we should take that low. That's a high probability setup for me. Whether or not this falls through the floor and goes to 460 in the next 20 minutes is not relevant to me. Because guess what? I'll take the same trade tomorrow. Not tomorrow, because it's Saturday. But I'll take the same trade on Monday, right? I'll take the same trade on Tuesday. I took the same damn trade all week. This was a banger week. Right? So the problem, again, circling back, the problem with the flip is that ideally, if you've got an area of interest that you want to trade into, if you've got an area of interest you want to trade into, and say it's this, where do you want the flip to happen? You want it to happen underneath that. Why? Because now that flip should trade into it, and then you get to make a decision if it's going to crater or not. You drastically reduce your probability by taking a flip after the objectives has been achieved. Right? Now for me, hopefully everybody understands why this was a valid long setup. And I think, again, you can make justifications either way. For me, the biggest thing was the failure here. And then we had a 15-minute closure. So I'm leaning more to the upside. I'm leaning more to the upside. And now we've just CSD'd back, right? So we were bearish. Well, technically we weren't. This was internal. We then closed above that. So this should take this high, and then you're looking at that 10 a.m. Should. Matt trade. I'm talking, Matt's trading. Give the man my accounts or something. You're the real deal, man. You actually care about the community. I do. I actually do. I really, really do. You guys are awesome, and I remember just how hard trading is. I remember just how hard trading was. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Anybody else? Oh, you didn't. Oh, man, you didn't. You didn't. You're fair. I understand why. I understand why. Who cares? Friday? End Friday with a bang. Anybody else grab this? I took a little there. Good. Anybody else grab this? Come on, lads. Yeah, Bizram, your lights out lately too. Bizram, I think, had the trade of the week, and that's a hard thing to say because I think 5 of you guys had some ridiculous trades this week. Woo. It's waiting for the tap back in. Yeah, that's the issue. That's the issue. When you've got higher time frame movement, so when do we not expect it? We don't expect this on second distribution. We don't expect it on second distribution, which this is. So a little bit of a nuance, but that stall candle, aggressive. If you're not looking very aggressive, we're kind of looking at this breaker, which we talked about. The synergy with ES, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. You're looking for a reaction from this because we've now flipped and our 15 minutes closed bullish. Now we're looking for an area of interest. And we're looking for a reaction from there. It would have been great had that happened. That would have been like an A++++++++. I would have loved that for you guys. Right? Or some sort of stall candle or something like that. Like something like this. Woo! All right, we kind of got that there, in fairness. ES didn't do it either. Didn't like that second bullish candle afterwards. Bricked back into it, so I was looking for an area above for a reaction. I like that bear candle you originally marked out. This one? Or are you talking about this one? Been some good trades today. Nice price movement. Nice. I feel like other than Tuesday morning, yeah, Tuesday morning, this week has been very, very good delivery. Yeah, the 1034 candle. Yeah. It's like, especially those of you guys that have been around for a little while. Those of you guys that have been around for a while, this was like Candlesticks video number 1 back in like, what? Last May 2024, I did that video. And people, I think, and I shouldn't be laughing about this, but the evolution of like the way that we articulate and talk about things, people probably got killed buying these in bullish like movements or whatever. They're very, very good only in the right context. If you have it in the right context, this is an extremely accurate idea. It's not the setup itself that's poor. It's the context surrounding it. For example, like this was a very, very valid one there too, right? What do they have in common? They have in common that we've now achieved something. And now we're being told that this is a higher time frame good buy, and that causes shorts to panic. Right? Same thing here. That's actually an SNDR, but that actually has a little bit lower of a probability. Right? Not by much, but it does. Inside of ranges, you do that, you get killed. you get killed. After like you have like major spikes, that one obviously worked out, but the probability is actually quite a bit less. Quite a bit less. Did we take it or did we just bounce off of it? 770, 770. We bounced off of it. And I don't think we did it. Oh, no, we did. We did. We took the hourly on ES. Objective achieved. No entry for me, went too quick. Yeah. Second distribution does that. And that, honestly, the only remedy for that is understanding whereabouts you are in terms of structure and risk tolerance. There's nothing wrong. Like, okay, we look at this, we go, well, that was 60 points or whatever the case may be. I don't want to leave 60 points on the table. Well, nobody wants to leave 60 points on the table. Right? And that doesn't mean just aping in as soon as you get a bit of a reaction. But your comfort level, essentially, like we got our CSD here. If you're waiting for A+++, your win rate's going to be extremely high when you get them. The trade-off being, you don't always get them. And that's a trade-off that I think the majority of you guys, or not the majority, I think a lot of you guys are willing to take. Right? What else went into this trade that we talked about briefly, but haven't really spoken about since? This. What's the purpose of that? Why did I get excited about this breaker now? Only after this. They're buying. We want to see them buying. Are they selling yet? No. They're profit taking. Does that mean that this can't just dump? ES took the hourly high. We very well could flip and goodbye. That's possible. Right? If it does, I'm not short. I can understand if people are. That's a violent reaction from that order block. Well, not violent, but it's a strong reaction from that order block. I'm personally still looking at this going, I wouldn't be long up in here. That doesn't mean it can't fail and just go on a rocket ship. But to me, this is incredible. I think we go higher. Right? We'll see. We'll see. 802. $35 people. Run the hourly highs and we'll do a giveaway. What do you guys think? Where's Les? No, they are not. Quite the opposite, actually. Here's the interesting thing, and I've seen this a lot on social media too. People will, in ETF's case, in Top Step's case, in Apex's case, in Tradeify's case, or whatever, they'll say things like, well, my buddy, or I know of somebody that that ran up a whole bunch of money with them and then was banned before giving them a payout, or something like that. I'm not discounting that there's going to be instances with any firm that's going to happen, right? I do think that the vast majority of information out there, especially third-party information, there's usually something going on behind the scenes, right? There's usually something going on. Especially if you have like a 50-day win streak or something, or whatever, right? Something's going on behind the scenes. In Apex's case, I'll use Apex as a quick example. One of the metrics that you don't see, because all you see is what? You see people posting a P&L. But what ends up happening is they have a, I don't know, say they have a 150K account, and that's what, 5K drawdown? So they'll take 5, 10 contracts until their rules change. They'll be down like 4K in a position, and it'll come back and they'll make $1,000. And then they'll be down 4K in a position, and they'll come back and make $1,000. Right? And they're showing this sort of thing, and they say they got denied for a payout. Well, yeah. Yeah, or they'll show I made all this money, and some of their accounts are long NQ, so some of the other accounts are short NQ. Well, what they're telling you is that they're legit, but what they're actually doing is far, far from that, right? This is actually a little sus here, by the way. So anyway, in my experience from ETF, I've gotten payouts from them. There's people in our group that have gotten payouts from them. The changes that they're making are definitely promoting trader growth. In my experience from their live and their risk management team on their live accounts, which by the way is the ultimate goal for traders, to either have your personal account or to be moved to live. It shows consistency and everything else. Hopefully that these start to move in tandem right now. This is a little bit sus, but still looking for that 770 on NQ. Still looking for that. Let's do our giveaway. Where is she? There we go. Bum, 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 bum. Right? Now, what I don't like is this. That's not necessarily a short. That's just a major caution for me. And I think if we CSD back this way, then that might be a nice little drop. Now that we've taken that hourly high on ES. If. Big if. Big if. All right. Let's get this chat. Let's see this little plug-in. So how it's going to work. What's going to work, lads, is we put a plug-in in. A plug-in in. And that plug-in is going to put everybody's name based off of you guys saying something in the chat. So you guys going to make sure that you've actually said something in here, so I've got your name in there. All right, and then we'll import it into the CS or into a CSV, right? And then I get to import that in, so we don't spend half an hour putting names in. No more sore wrists, that's right. Yeah, they're really, really good. ETF's really, really good. ETF's really, really good. Would I say I watch 5 or 15 minute more in conjunction with 1 minute entries? 15 minute. 15 minute. For sure. I use 1 minute CSDs and I make sure I know where the 5 minute valid spots are, like that 5 minute fair value gap. But as you can see, that 15 minute sweep and fail, 5 minute fair value gap, which one's stronger? Well, And the reason is because I don't use the 5 to determine to me what the 5 minute isn't what the higher time frame is doing. I use the 15 minute to figure out what the higher time frame is doing. Passed my first eval today with ETF. Woo! Let's go, Damien. Let's go, Damien. Yeah, I do use a bit of ICT. Absolutely. And I think it's silly to suggest that that some aren't being used. I use a lot of market structure. And but essentially what we're trying to determine is, are we bullish or bearish? And if we're bearish on the higher time frame, which we were as of this candle on Wednesday. This candle on Wednesday, we were bearish. That doesn't mean we go from 21,880 to 0, right? We're going to rally, and we see if this rally is going to do anything after we've achieved objectives. But this is when you start going, well, warning signs. We've got movement going, right? So state of delivery, that's an ICT concept. Obviously, it works out quite well when you know what you're talking about. But the problem with ICT concepts is that there's so much stuff that, number one, it masks the stuff that actually works. You could suggest that all of it works, but in reality, like you know, stick to what works, and that's going to work for you guys too, right? So for me, it's that, and then I'm looking for some form of move. This was bullish, it's now bearish, and I want to be in on that flip, right? I don't necessarily go, well, there's a 5 minute fair value gap, and where is that? You know, I very rarely trade off of fair value gaps. Very rarely. Very, very rarely. I take liquidity sweeps, and I justify order flow. I trade based off of candlesticks. I do a whole bunch of different stuff. That gave me a 90% win rate this week. Made a lot of money this week, right? Now, there's people out there that make a hell of a lot more than I do, right? So my winning months aren't even somebody's stop loss. So the funny thing about the market is it always keeps you humble. Anyways, enough rambling. Enough rambling. If everybody's typed in here, whoop. If you haven't said at least one X, love, bangers, everybody typed? Doesn't matter what you type, as long as you type something, it's got your name in the chat, and that way I can download the CSV. And, all right. Woo! Sweet. Okay, downloading the chat. Oh my God. They got me. There's too many legends in the chat. They want me to sign up. We tested it, but I didn't realize there was a 100 chat. So just let me sort this out. All right. That should be good there. Let's try that now. All right. Marbles. Marbles. Hopefully you guys all caught some bangers today. That long was actually beautiful. All right. Bum, 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 bum. What is this doing? All right. Takes a little bit because there's so many names, lads. One sec. Everybody see the marbles? Man, oh man. Okay, let's see. See if I can just import this in. Clear. Oops. Where does that go? Where does that go? Let's see if this works. Brutal. Brutal plugin. Okay. What the heck is that doing? I wonder if that just got to do this. Let's just delete some of these. Delete some of those. Delete some of those. Delete some of those. How many we got? 274. That's obviously not going to work. How can I group names? How can I group names on a CSV? This is insane, insane, insane. Have ChatGPT do it. Good point, actually. Let's see. Let's see if that works. ChatGPT. Can you sort out names? Man, this is a learning curve. Let's get rid of all that. Ooh, duplicates. And don't sort. Okay, let's see if this works, lads. Oh, it's not in there. Let's try this again. Gotta restart it. Man, oh man. 5 hours later. We'll do a quick little, this is insane. We'll do a quick little run through it as well. Make sure that everybody's on here. Ooh, maybe it's not a file format. Upload that. And Okay, and what do we got? Me, obviously. Bull at 90%. All right. Really quick. Really quick. Let's make sure we've got everybody in here. If you don't see your name, and it's going to be exactly like it is on. Do you guys see marbles, by the way? Showing YouTube, okay. How about now? Yeah, I was fixing some stuff. Good. All right. From the top. If you don't see your name, get rid of that one. We good? Anybody's name not on there? Okay. All good? DB not on here? Nope. Okay. DB. Cloud-based capital. Cloud-based capital. If you guys have talked before this, you're probably fine. All right. Daniel's not on here? Okay. Bum, 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 bum. You're right there, Amir. You're right there. Daniel, I just put you in. Gabber. Cozy. All you guys, all you stragglers. All you stragglers. All right. And OMC. Okay. Cool. Gilu, you're on there. I'll show you in a sec. And then we'll start. What was I just looking for? YouTube Gilu. I did see it because the YouTube stood out. There it is right there. 88 peeps. 88 ETF. This is for a what one's this for? What's this for? 50K end of day evaluations. And just as a heads up, lads, we actually just got word from ETF that next week will be DTF accounts. That's insane. DTF accounts. So that's actually an insane thing from them to be giving away. So make sure you guys are involved in this for next week. That's nuts. All right, there'll be a couple of big things as well going on. Is my resolution that bad on YouTube? Man, that's rough. Let's go. Yeah, so big thank you to them. Their team's phenomenal. It's fine. Okay, good. Let's go Death Alley. Death Alley, 88 peeps. 50K end of day, and then we'll start giving away some strategy sessions. Some people that actually had the strategy sessions this week, they had some pretty big days. So you probably want an eval, I'm sure, but we'll go. So the winner, only the winner gets a 50K end of day evaluation account. All right, not top 10 for this. We'll do some fun stuff for top 10s but for the evaluation accounts, it's only the winner. Good luck. Good luck. Damien off with the lead, but first place curse. Careful, bud. Careful. DJ coming in hot. Bang. Ulysses. Woo. Kaizen? Kaizen just flew into the lead? Oh, no, he's back there. He's all right. Oh. Here we go. Oh, oh dear. Lots of people getting launched. Oh, Dardos. Well, this is so much fun. Wow, Frank way ahead. Followed closely by Ulysses. Kai. ETF themselves in here, lads. Be on your behavior. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Where did he come from? Where did he come from? And Jake. Jake from State Farm. Oh, this is right at the end. Is anybody going to get launched? Oh, I think he made it through. He made it through. Oh, no. Heartbreak. Avinashi. Where are you? Where are you? Woo! Way too much fun. Way too much fun. Look at these guys still bouncing around back there. See ya, Peter. Uncle Dallas. See Uncle Dallas. Oh, Abhishek. Lost. We got a little while. The fire's 18 seconds away. I think he's going to make it. I kind of want to see carnage. 10 seconds. Can he get there? We're going to have a barbecue. I think we're going to have a barbecue. Whoop! There's the fire. Run, Sook. No. Unlucky. Unlucky. I didn't see my name once. Probably you were the first death. That's why. That's why. You pieced out right away. Right away. That's why we didn't see your name. Avinashi, on Discord, find me in the ETF Discord. You'll find Bull. send me a message and I'll sort you out for your free account. Okay? Congrats. This is so much more fun than a random number generator, like, yeah, or however, I don't know how other people do stuff. No, top 20 don't get anything, man. Top, bro thinks we're giving away 100 free accounts today or something. Top 20? I'll put you in there. I'll put you in there, Gonzalo. Gonzalo Gill. Aiden, I think you're in there, aren't you? Yeah, you're in there. You're good. All right. Strategy session. So this is how this will work. Actually, let me get the notes so I know who's doing what. Fun fact, I've never won one. In a year of doing these, never won one. So those of you guys that are like, it's my first time, I bet you I'm going to win. You better not, and you better not tell me. You better not tell me if you do. All right, we'll give away 3 strategy sessions. So if you guys want to learn how to catch bangers like we did today, or at least understand how the market moves and everything else, then that's where the strategy sessions come in. Or we can at least sort out how you look at the markets, and I'm sure we can improve on something. But in my opinion, the strategy sessions, the hour, it's worth more than an account personally. But I'm a little biased because it's me. Let's do something fun. So we'll do... I'll type it in the chat as well when we're getting started. We done Space Chase? We've done Space Chase. Pixels. Half the winners are Pixel. I swear to God. Trade Beautiful won this one. That one looks fun. Let's do that one. I think we're at 90 now, aren't we? No, 89. 89. All right, so you are in. I've got a list, but it's your guys' responsibility to be here when you win and message me with your YouTube name. Message me with your YouTube name. So this one's going to be strategy session. So first place wins. First death is going to win something as well. You get a strategy session with me. And we'll go with 19th place. Go with 19th place. All right. Good luck. So I don't want to hear 10th or 3rd or... I was 27th, man. No. 19 is the best number. So that's fine. You'll see me as Bull on the ETF Discord. You're in there, Daniel. There you are right there. See ya? Oh, well, you're a little behind now. But there you are. See? You're there. Oh, Daniel. There's multiple Daniels. Look at that. Oh, there goes Matthias. Sorry, bro. Wow, lots of people packing it in. Potato peel. No. Sorry, bro. Oh. Trader. No. No. Oh, Sook. Suk drained it. How about that? He landed it. He landed it. How about that? What a guy. First, so Suk. This is for strategy stuff. Strat. Who was first death? Oh, we're gonna have a barbecue. Oh, maybe not. He might make it. He might make it. Where is he? No. Sorry, Rob. All right. First death was Matthias. As if Matthias needs it, but we'll figure out something for you, my bro. One of our longtime guys. And who was 19th place? No 19th place. We'll have to do. We'll do a bonus round or something for that. We'll do a bonus round for something for that. And just because somebody asked a million times, there you are, right there, Daniel. You see your name? You're right there. You're good. All right. Back to the 50K accounts. Let's go. Hop, skip, and jump. K. Robbins, the payout, the record holder. Let's go. 50K. 150K for the winner. I haven't even seen myself. I actually don't even know where I am in these. So we're pulling for bull 90%, lads. My time, she says. Ooh. Get a better viewpoint of this. I'm stuck. How am I stuck? There we go. Oh, there's me. First death. Sweet. Oliver lands it. Victor. No, Victor. You were too young. You were too young, Victor. McGrinder. The Big Mac. Pixel. Where are you going, bro? Avinashi already won one, so just jumping off. Oliver, DB, Pratt. Oliver going, oh, Bizram. Bizram. Whoa. Pratt. Pratt EK. Where is he? Or she? Can't believe it was his first death. Like, what the hell? Pratt EK. Pratt EK. Jay, you're right here, bro. It's hard to see our names. I get it. We got you guys. Assuming you guys have been, if you guys like just joined. Like, I don't see, Tejas in there. Oh, there you are. There you are. You're good. You're good. First death. How about that? All right. 28th place, nowhere to win. Pratt EK, are you here? Pratt EK. We'll do another strategy session with the stuff while we're seeing. If they're not here, then it goes to second. Or we'll do another one. No, let's do a little bit longer. Okay, this is for a strategy session while we're waiting. If they don't respond by the end of this, then we'll give it away to somebody else. Okay, you guys gotta stay here. That's how it works. Same rules. Fire out some numbers and see how much we can get chat buzzing here. Fire out some numbers. I don't think I have you in there, Marcus. Marcus Ingram. I don't think. Well, you know, maybe we'll get that. 39. I like that. 39. 39. 39 is a good round. Good one in the middle. 39. Okay, so first death, and 39th. And we'll do one with yeah, we'll get all a little scary up in here. How about that? All right, you know what? I feel the love. Where's the love one? Take you guys through a tunnel of love. All right. Anybody just joined that's not in here yet? Five, four, three, two, one. All right. First death and 39th. Tunnel of love. Let's go. Good luck. Good luck. And then I think we'll do another one for the previous 50K. We having a good time, lads? This is fun, isn't it? Or am I just a giant nerd and I enjoy this way too much? Clad Base came to win. He feels the love. Feels the love. Clad. Hey, let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Yeah, I do this pretty much we're fortunate to do this a lot every week. Bizram snuck in. Bizram came to play today. Right through the tunnel. Right through the tunnel of love. Can he land it? Can he land it? Yes. Nice. Oh, but right behind him. Oh, yes. Get going, you stupid marble. Let's go. I feel it. I feel it. Oh my God, lads. Is today the day? Where's Kaizen? Why is he number one? Oh, there we go. Is today the day, lads? Is today... No. Don't do it, Bizram. Don't do it, Bizram. Oh, man, where am I? No, Daniel. Get going, get going, get going, get going, get going. No! Right at the end. Oh! Oh, it's heartbreak. Oh, it's heartbreak. Oh, that one hurt. Not gonna lie, lads. That one hurt. Where's Daniel? How do you ban somebody from YouTube? How do you ban somebody? Ah, that hurts. That hurts. Not gonna lie. That hurts. Daniel Mitch. He's not even here. He's not even here. Oh, I'm missing the barbecue. Oh. A year in the making. A year in the making. 39th. Sam. If you want it. And who was our first death? Botman Automation. Almost said Batman. All right. Whoo! I need a drink after that. I need a drink to that. Oh, look at that. Kai right behind too. Kai right behind too. It was for strategy, bro. You get an hour. You get an hour with me. I'm not seeing that Pratt that won the prior one. So we're gonna replay the prior one for 50K. So we'll do a 50K. We'll do a little chat, really quick, because we got some stuff going on, and then we'll do our final 50K. Oh, heartbreak. Wasn't meant to be. Wasn't meant to be. I don't feel the love. I don't feel the love. I don't feel the love. So there's a couple of Daniels in here. This one was Daniel Mitch. Daniel Mitch. Let's go with this. We've never played this one. This will be for a 50K account. We'll definitely do the castle. We will absolutely do the castle one. Absolutely. All right. Good luck. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Oh, yeah. That's right, lads. Picks. Don't even think about it, picks. Oh, dear. Well. Started out strong. Now I'm just carried away. Carried away. 50K account. Oh, lots of deaths. Should be paying attention to this. True Magic. There you are. He's feeling it. JMC. Wow, lots of people jumping. Where are we going here? Ooh, little sunset sky for you lads. Little sunset sky. There goes Daniel Mitch, fresh off of his win. The schmuck. Pip. Kenny's up in here. All right. Replica GG. Let's go. Wants the 50K. Breaking away from the pack. Breaking away from the pack. Let's go. The replay. The launch. Oh, there's a second way. Oh, I guess that's like speed path, but nobody's hit that. Replica coming through. Nobody got the middle path. What do we got here? Phil FX. Phil FX. This is a bit of a long one. Uncle Dallas jumping. Is that Big G? Big G. Turning on the Jets. These guys land? How did that happen? What the? Twists and turns. Look at this guy. Somehow randomly at the top, McGrinder. Big G lands it. The final stretch. Oh no. Well, he's got a little bit of time. I think he's got it. Big G. Where are you, bro? Good to see you. Glad you got the win. It's awesome. Yo! Hit me up on Discord, bro. The big one. Big G with the big win. Somebody better get barbecued here. Oh, there's going to be lots of barbecues, I think. 19 seconds. Can they make it? Look at this. Oh, they're straggling. They got 12 seconds to get through. Looks like we're going to have a cook. Zio first on the menu. See ya, Brian, Ulysses. Peace, 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 peace. Big G with the win. Look at all this. Did I survive? At least I survived. I'm not going to lie, lads. Not good. I'm not good after that last one. So two things. Two things before we do our last 50K giveaway. Two things. I'm speaking tomorrow at a traders summit. So if you guys want to tune in, that would be awesome. It's free, obviously. Speaking at 12:45 Eastern. Where is our... One sec. I'll give you guys the link here as well. And the all right, so here it is. There it is. Yeah. It's that one there. And and then we've got a couple of different things. So as you guys probably heard earlier, those of you guys that are here, the next week's ETF giveaway is going to be on DTF accounts, which is insane. So make sure you guys are tuning into our channel and you don't miss that, because I'd hate for you guys to miss that. So we usually do our sort of announcements and giveaways and whatnot in the ETF Discord, but we also do a bunch of free education and some giveaways in there. So please check out both of those links, and let's get into the last one. Okay. What do we think, lads? What do we think for a group pick? You guys picked the last one. Do we like the Castle Siege? That one's fun. This one's fun as well. But do we want something chaotic? Do we want something with a lot of death? Do you want some heartbreak? What do we want here, lads? Last one. And if there's enough interest, then we might just do a month giveaway or something like that as well. Anything fiery? We want enemy at the gates? Okay. Last 50K account. Last 50K. And yeah, check that stuff out. That support lets us do more of these, and yeah, they're fun. But the idea is to give you guys that are working on your first evaluations or first payouts, to give you guys the best possible jump to those. Here we go. First place, 50K. Last one. Let's go. Oh, a couple people jumped off instead. They couldn't handle it. Killer Viper. Killer Viper came to play. Okay, Suk. Thank you. Excuse me. Locan and oh, Madden, where'd you go, bro? Oliver Garcia. Oh, lots of people jumping off. Lads, what are we doing? Oh, there goes Tom. Sanjog and Oliver. ETF itself. ETF itself. Whose name's ETF? Whose name is ETF? You can get me in trouble here thinking that it's actually ETF here. Are they still here? ETF themselves, come forward. Or you're forcing my hand to do another one. Oh no. There you are. All right. All right. Cool. Okay. No, they're here, lads. Sorry. He's out here repping the big boys, is right. Imagine making a YouTube channel and naming it after your favorite firm. That's props and respect. There you go. All right, lads. That's all the accounts for today. Scroll up, join those links. We'll be doing a big one next week, and then we've got a yearly, we're going to have to figure out what we do for this yearly stuff. Bullpen's a year old, and I think we'll do a big shebang. So congrats to those winners, and I'm going to go have a drink because of my, my second place disaster. Trade safe if you guys are still doing it, and yeah. Hit me up on Discord with any questions, comments, concerns, fun stuff as well. I'm Bull in the ETF channel, and yeah. You guys have a good weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye.